Budweiser U.S. Hot Rod Association's 6th annual auto thrill show at the Pontiac Silverdome. And coming up first, the Demolition Derby.
Now, you're probably wondering what sort of person participates in an event like this. Earlier, Larry had a chance to talk to two of the Canadian entries.
If you imagine the competition where the objective is to destroy your car and everybody else's car, you've got Demolition Derby. And two of the top Canadian participants down here at the Pontiac Silverdome are Roland Van Zelst and Jeff Riedel. Roland, what is the objective in Demolition Derby?
Well, the basic objective is to be the only car left that makes aggressive contact, not necessarily the only car left running.
And that's it?
That's it.
Beat the heck out of the other guy.
Basically, you got to watch out for the driver's door, too. You don't want to hurt the guy and spoil all the fun.
Jeffrey, what do you have to do to a car like this to prepare it?
Well, basically, you gotta take all the chrome off, remove all the windows, remove the gas tank, put in a boat gas tank.
5-gallon tank?
5-gallon tank, yeah. And remove all the interior that may be flammable. And that's basically it.
Roland, what's the life expectancy of a car like this?
Oh, approximately 15 minutes, providing that your radiator doesn't get blown out on you.
Does it take skill to do this, or is it just kind of go out there?
I would say 90% of it is luck.
Really?
Yes, because the car could be running excellently. When you drive in there, you may find out something happens. These are old cars, have been on the road for years. Anything could happen at the last minute.
And here we go with the start of the Demolition Derby. The competition, when you say you want to annihilate the other guy, you really mean that, Margo King.
And when the green flag drops, you start annihilating, throw it into reverse, and start bashing.
Slamming into the other car behind you, protect that all-important radiator out in front.
So remember, check out those seatbelts and helmets. Safety gear is important in this sport.
That's Brian Rindelsbacher, number 007. There's number 409. That's Debbie George, a lady in a 1979 Gremlin.
I told you we were going to have the women bashing the men.
Oh, right. If the car goes up on the mound for 1 minute, that car is disqualified. Or if the car goes over the mound, outlining the course, it is immediately disqualified.
Already, we need a smoke blower to see these cars.
The Pontiac Silverdome, the Demolition Derby, and look at them go.
They told me it was very important when picking a demolition car to make sure you get one that doesn't have a lot of corrosion in it. And when I got to thinking about it, that was a really good point.
No question about that. Look at this one already heading for the wrecking yard, but still running, still managing to run.
I heard Ralph Nader was here taking notes.
Number 921, that's Vicki Hogue, a black 77 Sunbird, and she's still running. Number 1 is Ken Comedian, the 81 Chevette.
An emotional face.
You might look at the checkered flags there on the sides of the car. There's the reason for those flags being up there, Margo.
When their car is completely disabled, they have lost all ability to move forward or backwards, the referee will point the red flag at them. They'll break the flag off of their car, and they will be out of competition. At this point, there's a lot of checkered flags up, but not a lot of motion out there.
Not a whole lot of motion at all. Every driver is required to wear a helmet and a safety belt, even if the driver has been disqualified from the competition. Although each disqualified contestant must break their checkered flag, there's still a possibility that an out-of-control car may hit the disabled car while the driver's sitting in it. There goes beautiful Vicki Hogue, and she's still in the running and still slamming into the car. She's looking strong out there, having some smoke problems, but she's still managing to keep running.
Now, she's got to keep her tongue in her mouth, because if she takes a hit from behind, she could bite her tongue off.
921, Vicki Hogue, and that 77 Sunbird doing an excellent job of driving and T-boning the other car. Number 82, the Gremlin.
Now, I'm noticing the cars aren't getting the...
Oh!
Whoa, that was a great hit. Just when I was thinking they weren't getting any velocity, because they went down the surface here so they wouldn't pick up an astronomical amount of speed.
There's Vicki Hogan, that 77 Sunbird, showing no mercy to Ken Comedian, the number 1 car, and Ken is out of the competition.
When you're up on that mound for more than a minute, you're out of it.
There's Ken Zerwicki in the number 10 car, right there in the middle of the pack. And these guys are getting slammed around. There goes Vicki again. She's after this guy, number 1.
Payback, Larry.
And Vicki Hogue has just finished off Ken Comedian. They continue to run. Gremlins, I think that's longer than the Gremlin actually ran on the roads when they were still free legal.
You may have a good point there.
No question about it. The radiators are absolutely shot on most of these cars. Look at the steam coming up. There's Tom Bowles in car number 91. That's a 1980 Monza. And there's number 7, Al Horton. He's also in a 1980 Monza. And it looks like both cars are leaking a lot of radiator fluid. And the clock ticks down, and there's the finish. The flag comes out. We await the judges for the winner. Now, this is a timed event of 5 minutes. The judges will now pick from the remaining cars which one has been the most aggressive and whose car is in the best shape. Who do you think? Is it going to be Vicky?
Well, Vicky didn't get mad, but she might have got even a couple times.
There's Vicky Hogue getting out of her 921 Sunbird, the black 77 Sunbird. And she wins. Vicky Hogue takes home the bacon. And is she happy? Look at her.
Not enough dents in her car.
She's putting a few more on them, and the crowd loves it here at the Pontiac Silverdome. So don't go away. Come on, those wild and crazy mud bod drag racers.